Welcome back. By-elections are on the radar of Nova Scotia's political parties. There will be votes in 3 ridings: Sydney, Whitney Pier, Cape Breton Centre, and Dartmouth South. Graham Steele is a political analyst and former NDP cabinet minister. Hi there, Graham.
Hi, Amy.
All right, let's talk about these by-elections. When are you expecting them to be called?
I think they're going to be called really soon. The Premier has said that he wants those seats to be filled before the fall sitting of the legislature, which is going to be in October. But he also wants to get it in well before the federal election. I don't think it would surprise anybody if those by-elections were called this weekend for a voting day before the end of June.
But are the parties going to be ready?
They're totally ready. Believe me, this is now the total focus of all 3 parties, because what's at stake here, not just getting MLAs into the House, but the whole story about the first year and a half of the McNeil government. Each one of the parties wants to show that they're in control of the momentum. Believe me, it has their total attention right now.
All right, let's break it down riding by riding, starting off with Dartmouth South. Of course, that was the seat held by the late Alan Rowe. What do you think is going to happen there?
The really interesting thing about Dartmouth South is that it's been held by all 3 parties within the last 15 years, and so all 3 parties have the potential to be competitive. Now, the Liberals won it in 2013 by about 1,000 votes, but that's when everything was swinging their way. The shine has come off the McNeil government, no surprise there, that happens to every government, and so I expect a much tighter race this time in Dartmouth South.
All right, moving on to Gordie Goss's old seat, Sydney Whitney Pier. What are you expecting?
The big question there, Amy, is was this a Gordie Goss seat or was this an NDP seat? Gordie was the perfect constituency politician. Everybody who knew him loved him. Even though the boundaries were redrawn just before the 2013 election, taking in a lot of what used to be represented by Liberal Manning MacDonald, Gordie still won by about 500 votes. With Gordie off the scene, chances are, the Liberals running the same candidate, by the way, chances are this one is going to be a lot closer, and the Liberals have a really good chance of taking this one.
All right, well, finally, Cape Breton Centre, that was the seat held by Frank Corbett. He didn't win by a lot last time around.
No, that's right. In 2009, he had the largest percentage of the vote in the entire province. And then in 2013, it almost completely turned around, and he scraped in by only 150 votes. Again, is that a Corbett seat? Is that an NDP seat? The Liberals have a really good chance of taking that one as well. So when you look at all 3 of them together, all 3 of them might change hands.
All right, well, when it comes to politics in Cape Breton versus the mainland, is there a difference?
There's a total difference. It's like the ebb and flow of politics there is just different. Now, conventional wisdom would be that Cape Bretoners like to be on the side of the government. It'll be, if they do that, then that'll push them towards the Liberals. But they also seem to put a lot of stock in individual personalities. People like Gordie Goss, Alfie MacLeod, Eddie Orrell, to go against the flow. And depending on who the parties put up as candidates, that may happen again this time.
All right, some interesting times ahead.
Indeed.
Thanks, Graham.
Thanks, Amy.